Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1157. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to thewoddoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them. Yesterday, I gave the example of balancing handstands and being able to move from the bottom anchor versus moving from the top anchor or our feet, right? And the example was, I'm going to use today myself. The example is, if I move my feet back and forth, but my hands stay fixed, there's no way I can recover, all right? However, if I move my bottom, the lowest anchor that I can, and that would be through my shoulders, my hands have to stay where they're at. But what I'm talking about is move through my shoulders, I can do a better job at correcting and rebalancing, okay? And I have a baseball bat here to show you what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted to use yesterday. It makes a really good example because the top of the baseball bat is heavier than the bottom. Same thing with our bodies. Our legs are heavier than our arms, our butt and torso is heavier than our shoulders and our chest, right? So if you look at this, and I'm trying to do a handstand, now freestanding handstand, we're not talking about handstand walks or anything else like that. If I take this baseball bat and I'm just starting out and I'm moving all around, right? But you notice how I can, even though I'm not very good at it, I can still somehow balance a little bit by recorrecting the bottom portion, right? Now, if I hold this where it is and I never move it, no matter which way it tips to, there's no correction. There's no correction in any direction because it's way too far past, right? So I give this example because it's exactly how we start to balance. When we start balancing and start doing handstand holds, I'm going to be wobbly like this, and I could probably hold it for a little bit until sooner or later it falls over. As I get better at staying within that comfort zone. Those wobbles are much smaller, and I can hold this much easier and probably for a little bit of a longer time. All right, so if I take the human as an example, this is exactly what we're talking about. If I go up here into a handstand hold and I get up here, I don't get all the way up, right? That's fine. If I get to the next portion, because this is the baseball bat here, I'm like this. It's not getting all the way up, right? And then sometimes it gets all the way, sometimes it gets too far. If we can get awareness on our hands by doing the same stuff, if I can get up here and I'm not far enough, and then get up here and be too far, it gives me an example, it gives me feel up to where I can go. So we're going to do this little bit of a rocking drill where we're going to move our shoulders. All I want us to do is to get up to where we think is vertical. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push our head forward. That's going to bring us back to our feet in that direction rather than rolling back over. You see what I mean? It's like, so if I get up into a position that looks like this, and then I push my head forward, right? I allow my head to go forward. Here, I allow my head to go forward. You see my feet gets pushed back. If I do the exact opposite, I get up to where my hands are, and now I push my head, I push my shoulders back towards where my feet were when I planted, I'm going to end up going right around, right? So I'm here, and I go this way. That wasn't a good example. Here, and I go this way. You can see how I wanted to roll back over, okay? So here's what we're going to do. As we put this all together, we're going to give ourselves a teeter drill. And all I want us to do, because it's not great to fall on top of our head, all I want us to do is get up to where we feel like we can be balanced, and then I want us to teeter backwards. And then get up to where we're balanced, and I want us to teeter forwards, okay? So, this is what it would look like. One more time, we're going to play with this. Teeter backwards. Teeter forwards. All right? And as we get better, as we progress, tomorrow we're going to build on this where we get a little bit more feeling in our hands. But I hope this idea and this example of the baseball bat really starts to put the picture together for you guys. Questions, comments, please post them below. And until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.